Welcome to Waterloo School's Student News West High Edition. I'm Stefan.
And I'm Cole.
How you doing, Cole?
I'm doing fantabulous. How about you?
I'm doing just wonderful.
What do you get when you take a former NFL player turned author?
I don't know, Cole. What do you get?
A fun assembly at Bunker in Central Middle School is to celebrate reading.
If you're not a reader and you become a reader, you have just changed your life.
I love doing this. I love speaking with kids. I really believe in the power of reading. Not only to make kids better students, but to make them a little bit kinder, a little bit more compassionate, which, as I'll tell the kids, that's the most important thing you can do or be, is kind. And then comes your education, and then comes sports. So it's a message that is really important, and I think it's really powerful coming from someone who played in the National Football League, because you would think the opposite.
We were lucky enough at Bunker this morning to have Tim Green come visit us. He's a former college and NFL standout, and he's now a young adult author. And so he has a program where he'll go into schools and donate money back to the schools, speak to the students, and then we use that money to buy books and then give the books to the students. So we're lucky enough that with his donation back to us, we could buy 120 copies of his new book that we'll give away to students.
Reading is supposed to be fun. So I'm doing an initiative now with the National Football League where we're doing a play 60, read 20. Because I went to the league and said, look, play 60 is playing for 60 minutes, physical fitness. If kids read for 20 minutes, they're going to have intellectual fitness and character fitness.
I was always reading. And I didn't read because I said, oh, this is so good for me. I read because I loved it.
And it's about getting kids to think about books in that way, and then pairing them up with the right books. And I always tell kids, it doesn't have to be one of my books. You know, maybe it's Bud Not Buddy or Elle Enchanted or Wonder. There's all kinds of books out there. And the important thing for kids is to think about reading as something that's fun. And to do that, we have to give them books that really are fun for them. And if they do it day after day, 20 minutes a day, reading is like weightlifting for your brain. So you get smarter, you get a little bit kinder, and over time it really makes you a better person.
Wow, that's an interesting career.
I totally agree. These days, preschool is a lot more than coloring and cutting. Check out students in Lincoln Elementary's preschool who are architects in the making.
What do you need to put on there? We were lucky enough to get a STEM grant, which has made our block area incredible. Last year and the other years, we basically just had your basic shapes, rectangles, squares, triangles. Now we finally have some arches, all the different sizes of the unit blocks. And it's amazing to me how even 4-year-olds are able to understand. We talked about how it's a unit block, and all the other ones are either a little bit smaller, but 2 will make the 1 unit block, or the unit blocks combined. And the kids, they go and they show us. They, pick up on that. We've talked about, architects and architects drawing plans, and then the builders building. For the kids to have those aspirations and to dream a little bit higher, that architecture and engineering and that kind of thing is something that they can reach too, because we see the different things they're doing, and they're on target with everybody else. If we just can maybe start their dreams early, that as they're going up the grades, they understand where science and technology and everything is going to help them.
The only thing I remember about preschool is naps.
Definitely have more talent than us.
Yep.
Chemistry students at West are doing hands-on experiments connecting them with the real world. Let's go inside an advanced placement chemistry class. There you go, just shake it. Ooh. There you go.
We're doing a redox reaction, oxidation reduction, affectionately called redox reaction, and they're determining the exchange of the electrons, but you can't see electrons, so what we do is we do a indicator, color indicator. Basically the starch turns it the dark blue, and then the sodium thiosulfate is the thing that dictates the endpoint, and the endpoint is a clear solution.
Well, this is a measured burette, so we can figure how much we start with and how much we ended with to know about how much it takes to reach the endpoint.
The process of it's interesting. From turning this transparent substance into a red substance and then a dark blue, and then when it's fully titrated it returns to the transparent state.
And it'll be dark yellow. And then we're going to add this so it's light yellow. This is fun for me, being able to interact, seeing them grow mentally as well as socially. Just getting in the lab room, working with a lab partner, trying to solve a higher level problem.
It makes it a lot easier to split work. I mean, because there's a lot of stuff where if it was just one of us doing it, we wouldn't have the time or energy truly to do it.
When you're doing a complicated lab like this, you're always at a constant challenge with everything you do. It's like a learn as you go. So it's a lot more interesting. Like, we never did the titrate before, so I know this is pretty cool.
They are going to be successful when they get to college. I get so many kids that'll come back and say that they're learning the right things. That's the most fun thing because it saves them money, great experience, be able to go to college and get in that first chem class and ace it. And they can.
Wow, Cole, I think I saw you in there.
I was in there. I only messed up twice.
A lot more goes into West High's announcements than you might realize. Here's a behind-the-scenes look with me, Stefan Rader.
And me, Cole Traster.
3, 2, 1.
I like to be in a class where you don't sit in the classroom all day and you can go around and do new things, and the projects that we do really help the school.
Basically, we kind of divide the class into two overall objectives. One is that we provide West High with announcements, video announcements, and so we produce them every single day. Each student has a role. Somebody runs the camera, somebody runs the mark, somebody runs the audio recording, the teleprompter, and then we have 2 anchors. And then another student edits, and then we do this every single day. Talk to the editor here. How do you want to do it?
In the middle?
Part of the rest of the semester is we kind of look at it as a career. So what are the different elements? So we storyboard, we do every element that you would think about how to produce a video commercially.
I've tried everything out, but I have to say being a director is like my favorite. I just have to make sure everybody's doing their job, make sure everything's organized, make sure everything's prepared for the next day to be on the announcements.
Before this class, I wasn't someone who liked to get out in front of people and get on camera and talk, but it helps a lot with public speaking, and getting up in front of people is definitely a lot easier.
It makes it easier, definitely easier to talk in front of people, because when you're recording it, you know that there's going to be like 800, 900 kids that are going to see it. And the video editing part is also really helpful, because it's just something like, if you're at a job and your boss asks you to make like a presentation or something, you can totally do it. You can make a video.
You should see our blooper reel.
I heard it really is quite funny.
West High's Air Force JROTC is a program that's preparing students to be military leaders.
We have so much to offer. We have drill teams, marksmanship teams, physical competition teams. I have leadership opportunities. We have pretty much something for everyone.
JROTC is a program in the high school level. Iowa doesn't have a whole lot. There's only 8 in the entire state, 2 Air Force, 2 Marine Corps, and 4 Army. And because of that, some kids in other districts that want that opportunity but can't in their own high school are allowed to come to West or East over in their program. Ours here is a 4-year program where cadets come and join. They partake in our classes, and hopefully in the end they're a better leader, better citizen, dedicated to serving their country.
What I like best about JROTC is being able to do drill and all the leadership opportunities and everything else, because it's really fun when we do the game nights and the lock-ins and everything else.
I like the leadership opportunities it has, being able to teach people how to be great leaders.
We're open to anybody. If someone's interested in running a program, because our program is cadet run, and wants to take on that leadership role, it's a good chance for them to experience, learn where their strengths are, maybe even some of their weaknesses.
I'm planning on joining the Air Force afterwards, so I want to be able to apply the experiences I've had here into my career in the Air Force afterward.
When you wear the uniform, people think that you're a part of something that's really cool, because we get compliments all the time about how good we look in uniform. But I did partake in standing outside and guarding the flag. It made me feel good, and I'm pretty sure it made other people feel good, because it's like giving back and showing that we're proud.
If a West High student wants to sign up for our program, they just need to see their counselor and have it added for the next semester.
Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you next time.